Is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Locked In Baseball Podcast. I'm William Locke. He is Luis Barranco. We're recording this on Sunday, March 22nd. It is our MLB favorite props and also our season predictions episode. This is where we get everything wrong, and you guys can come back and pull the receipts and call us out. Nonetheless, Luis, how's it going?
Hey, you can bring the receipts and play the Kirby Enthusiasm music in the background. Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly.
Out of us here. So here we go. It's go time. It's everything's in front of us. I mean, a whole new season, a blank slate. We can forget about yes. You know the beautiful thing about Major League Baseball? It's like a new season is a new hope. A new season is wiping the slate clean. Whatever happened yesterday doesn't carry over into tomorrow. So what happened a year ago, you can rectify that next year. And that's the beautiful thing. I mean, that's not something that happens often in life, but I mean, in Major League Baseball seasons and professional sports seasons, you can forget what happened in the past and start over. You can have a Leicester City run, or you can have a George Mason run or a Butler run to the Final Four, and you can be in history.
Hey, yeah, it's a time of optimism. If you told me at this time last year that the Milwaukee Brewers would win 97 games, finish with the best record in baseball, I would not have believed you. So anything can happen, I guess. Pirates fans, maybe they're optimistic. Rockies fans, maybe not. But the rebuild is coming along there. Same with Chicago. We believe in that rebuild. I don't believe in the Rockies rebuild as much as the White Sox rebuild. Nonetheless, it's a time.
I believe in the Rockies for other reasons. And, I will be firsthand attending a Rockies game. I will be eating and trying the Rocky Mountain nuggets.
You love talking about that.
We should do a props. Let's do a Locked In Sports props. Okay. What are the prop for me that I should do this season when I go to a baseball game? Where you go? That's what we're like. What is a prop?
I'm not going to put you up to the pressure of doing the 999 challenge because I just don't think there's any chance you could pull that off. I'm telling you, there's no chance you can pull it off.
I will be attending a Mets game this summer and doing it. The Mets ad? I will be doing it. I will pull it off.
9 beers, 9 innings, 9 hot dogs. I just don't think it's possible.
It's 3 hours. What are you talking about? I'll just fast.
3 hours if you're lucky. It could be a pretty quick game. These games can go 2.5 hours.
It's 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, and 9 innings. It's easy.
I couldn't drink 9 beers. I'd pass out.
I think it's easily possible.
Okay.
Just hydration, hey, trust me, I think I could do it.
How about this? Over under 3.5 stadiums attended by the both of us combined this season.
I think that's easy. I think I'm attending already. At some point, I'm going to make my way to Marlins Park. At some point, hopefully.
Okay.
I'm going to Rockies Ballpark. I'm going to Coors.
Okay.
And then you'll probably hit Wrigley at one point.
Wrigley and Rate Field so that's already over. Yeah.
That's already 4. And then I might
Fenway.
Fenway might be in the cards. Yankee Stadium might be in the cards this summer.
I'll be at Comerica for sure.
Citi Field. I might be ending up at Citi Field this year.
You might be ending up at Dodger Stadium this year.
Who knows? A lot can happen.
Who knows? A lot can happen. Let's dive into the props and predictions.
We need more. What's another one for you? How many? But here's my thing. By week, what will you be crashing out in June for the Yankees?
Oh, like what's the over/under breaking point for the Yankees? Well, they always have their summer swoon, so I would say sometime let's put the over/under Yankee giving up on the season at July 15th, like All-Star break.
June 20th, my birthday. Because that'd be funny. Like I show up and
could be. Let's set it at June 20th. I would take the over. I think I'll crash out after that. Over under 1.5 power outages on the podcast this year because that happened a couple times last year.
Fire alarms. Here's another one. Over under 4.5 locations of podcasting studios this season.
4.5. I'll take the over.
You think the over? Because I mean, we're already at 2.
Yeah,
we'll be on vacation, so it'll be a matter of, or 4.5 too low.
Yeah, maybe 6.5,
5.5,
like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
we recorded at a lot of different locations last year, and we'll have some in-person pods too at some point.
We recorded last year. Where did we record that? Let's record in LA.
Memphis, I was in at the beach, or sorry, not Memphis. Our hometowns, Chicago, Miami. You were in LA. You were in Atlanta. I was in Georgia vacationing. That's 5. We did. That's 5. I think that might be it.
We did an Auburn pod, Auburn, Alabama.
Oh yeah, we were
Yep, Alabama pod.
So yeah, we had like 6 or 7 locations last year. 6 or 7. Yeah. Can we dive in now?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. We're going through first our favorite props, then we're going to go through our full predictions. So award winners, division finishers, division standings in order, and then playoff predictions from there.
What are some of your favorite props this year, my guy? Let's get into it.
Yes. So before that, for those that didn't tap in, we did a season preview for every single team this year, all 30. It's in this playlist, MLB 2016 previews. This is just the culmination of all that work. So today, my favorite props. I'll go through my first one. Number of teams. I used a combination of DraftKings and FanDuel. Number of teams to record 100 plus regular season wins. DraftKings sets the total at 1.5. I'm taking the under 1.5 at -145. You got to pay some juice there, but we haven't had a 100 win team since 2023 when the Braves, Orioles, and Dodgers did it. 4 did it in 2022, but I'm saying even if the Dodgers get you 100 plus wins, I don't think there's another 100 win team in this league just because the AL is so not necessarily loaded, but there's a lot of really good teams in that league that I think will be fighting against each other. Some cannibalization. I don't think the Yankees will get there. I don't think the Blue Jays will get there. And in the National League, I don't think the Mets will get there or the Cubs will get there unless the Brewers really fall off. So I'm thinking under 1.5 100 win teams this year is my first pick.
That's not spicy enough. I only went for spiciness this year.
All right.
Let's go. Paul Skeens MVP plus 3,500 odds. I mean, look, man, we might get some voter fatigue with Shohei Ohtani. Yes, he is an alien in the sense that he controls a major league game, both pitching and hitting. But again, we do have to remind ourselves that he plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And what are the Dodgers playing for? The Dodgers aren't playing for any regular season trophies. They're playing for ranks. And when you look at their approach with other pitchers in regards to, we've seen with Blake Snell, who they're slow playing and having them come in late April to May, as we talked about in our preview pod, and seeing that they're still waiting on Tommy Edman, it would not surprise me that Shohei Ohtani has some type of load management, like all great LA players do in that city. We see some sort of load management where he just doesn't pitches or doesn't hit, or they do a 6-man rotation because they just have an embarrassment of riches. And then we then go on to Mr. Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens, the Cy Young winner from last year, was electric in the WBC. Again, he wasn't sharp, but 90% Paul Skeens, as I told you, sitting down in our seats, and 90 to 80% Paul Skeens, and unsharp Paul Skeens is better than most MLB pitchers in the game right now. So the whole thing is that if Paul Skeens can get sharp and get better at closing the hitters down and combine that with the Pirates having a little bit of offense, I think that he would deem himself as one of the most valuable players in the game.
He shut down the Dominican lineup, and that's like about as good as a lineup can get. So MLB teams will be light work for him.
Yeah. And talk about a guy who, I mean, say he gets 30 starts and say they win 20 to 25 games out of that with this new team that the Pirates have. I mean, that's 20 to 25 games that could be the difference from the Pirates being 60 and 100 or 60 and 102 or being, 81 and 81 or a tad over 81 and 81 and competing for a playoff spot. And I think that they have a right to be in the conversation to be competing for a playoff spot this year.
Yeah, who knows how much they're trying to win, though. Connor Griffin didn't make the opening day roster, their star prospect, and JaQuinston, whatever the password, didn't make it, and he crushed spring training as well. So who knows what's going on with that team.
But my whole point is it's not a bad – sprinkle some money.
Yeah. I think it's worth a sprinkle. I mean, he is that good. Certainly the Cy Young favorite. Okay, so I have some win props too. I'm taking a flyer on most regular season wins. So, like I said at the top, last year the Brewers finished with 97. They won the regular season record race, whatever. We need a trophy for that. I think in the NHL they give them the commissioner's trophy or something like
The president's trophy,
president's trophy.
which historically, excuse me to interrupt, but the president's trophy is kind of like a it's kind of like a it's kind of like a cursed trophy, because like when you win the president's trophy, that team usually doesn't end up getting to the end and winning the whole thing. So like there's been years in the past where these teams have gone in the regular season in the NHL and gone ballistic and looked incredible. Like there was a Capitals team, they're like, oh my God, this Capitals team's great, and they get bounced in the playoffs fairly early.
Yeah, exactly. So same thing happened with the Brewers last year. That said, most regular season wins. Dodgers had 93 last year. They finished 5th. So let's just say, like we kind of talked about, there's a lot of load management in the regular season. Who are some teams that can finish with the best record in baseball this year, and what are their odds? I do think there are some value here. Yankees are plus 1,200. And that's the second best odds behind the Dodgers to finish with the best record. Again, if the Dodgers season goes south for whatever reason, or they load manage a lot of these players, you're looking at already plus 1,200 odds or higher to win this bet. So Yankees plus 1,200, Phillies plus 1,300. I don't like that one. Blue Jays are plus 1,500 to finish with the best record. Braves, I don't like that one. Mariners plus 1,700. Mets, I could see it, plus 1,700. Cubs, if the Brewers fall off heavily, they're plus 1,800. And the Tigers are a sleeper pick to finish with the best record, a major sleeper pick, but they play in a very easy division, plus 4,500 on DraftKings to cash. And if you want to go with the Brewers again, which I don't think will happen, they're plus 2,500 this year. So I do think there's some value in some of these teams, not named the Dodgers, to win the regular season record race.
I would sprinkle the money on Detroit, man. I just think Detroit has the pitching, and they're just going to be a juggernaut this season. With the managerial success of AJ Hinch, I would like to have them.
Yeah, and call up Kevin McGonigal. Boom, got a serious bat there. So that's my second pick there.
My next pick, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spoil a little bit my next couple picks, but I like Carter Jensen and Bobby Witt to win AL Rookie of the Year and MVP. I think the AL Rookie of the Year race is very wide open, and I feel there's not like a standalone, like bona fide guy that could do it in the AL in comparison to the NL, where the NL we're looking at guys like JJ Weatherholt, you're looking at a Connor Griffin. The AL is a little bit more wide open. I know people like Kazuma Okamoto, but the problem is that I just think that it's kind of unfair in a way, because he's already been a professional playing pro level ball, and I think, yeah, he's good. But I think Carter Jensen, he's going to be given the catcher role for the Royals. He's going to mix in with Salvi. We know Salvi, it's up for debate for most, but I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer for the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's up there in that discussion. And for the Kansas City Royals to allow Carter Jensen to take the reins now, I know that Salvi's older, but take the reins, is that he looks like he's going to be pretty good. I think the Royals are going to be a pretty good ball club this year. I think Bobby Witt Jr. is one of those guys that we're kind of waiting for him to go into that star to superstar ascension mode, where he becomes one of those top 5 guys, like solidify himself as a top 5 guy. And I think this is a good one to sprinkle some money on.
You know, I love Carter Jensen, so I like the pick. You're going to bet basically on an Aaron Judge injury or fall off in some type for him not to win MVP. So that's a parlay. Both of those guys you can get it at plus 3,000.
You got it at plus 3,000, correct?
Okay, I like it. My last my last win prediction before I get into some homer over under props. Worst record. So the Rockies are minus 400. They'll probably finish with the worst record in baseball. They are that bad. But if they don't, there are some other teams that I like here. The Nationals plus 750. Team stinks. Cardinals plus 2,800. A lot of people are like saying the Cardinals could be a sleeper wildcard team this year. I don't see it at all. I think they trend more toward worst team in baseball range. They're plus 2,800. And then the Twins plus 3,000. We already seen Pablo Lopez on the shelf. Joe Ryan's got this back thing. They could trade him. I know Buxton is still there, but he's not a guy that's had a great injury history. So at some point he probably will get hurt, unfortunately. And then you could also sprinkle some on the Angels plus 1,700 just because of the Angels. But I actually do think they have some intriguing players to look out for. So worst record, I would say Cardinals plus 2,800. I just think that team is terrible. No offense, Cardinals fans, but I just don't see it. And I know they're not trying to win.
I would take the Twins. I think the Twins are going to be dog water this year. I'm sorry, Joe. Like if your team, and honestly, let's just put a disclaimer out. We should say if your team is marketing more like extracurricular activities at the game than your actual ball club, it means that you're not expecting a great season out of your ball club.
Yeah, you're referencing the happy hour thing, which is going to be crazy. I mean, it's like $2 hot dogs, $2 beers. Fans are going to be getting trashed. And you can do the 999 challenge for pretty cheap there.
Well, somebody get me a plane up to Minnesota.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
Get it done.
Let's get it done. Send me up to Minneapolis. My next pick, I'll take another parlay. I'm going to take Paul Skeens and Connor Griffin to win Rookie of the Year and Cy Young, respectively. Again, I think Paul Skeens is a shoe-in for the Cy Young, and I think if Connor Griffin is as advertised, he should have a clear pathway to the Rookie of the Year. Again, we talked about Rookie of the Year with the AL being a lot more murky. The NL has a couple of big targets, but when we see how good Connor Griffin can be and how they're painting him to be, I think he's a pretty much damn near a lock. There's not many other guys I would put him in that category with for Rookie of the Year. Depending on how he gets up, there's maybe one or two candidates, but I'll hold those candidates aside because one of them is actually my picks for the season.
Okay, and then I'll run through my home run over/under picks here.
You have
real quick. I have a few. Aaron Judge over 48.5. If he's healthy, he's hitting this, so I'll bet on his health. He's been able to stay healthy over the last couple seasons, knock on wood. I know he had the elbow thing last year, but he still hit 50-something, so I'll take the over there. Cal Raleigh under 39.5. His career high before last year was 34 in 3 full MLB seasons. Did not look good at the WBC. I know that's a super small sample size, but I'd rather be on the under there than the over, so I'll take the under on Cal Raleigh. Colson Montgomery over 23.5. That's one of my favorite home run picks of the year. He hit 21 in 71 games last season. Now he's got the protection of Munetaka Murakami in that lineup. And I think this guy could turn into a genuine star in this league. Right now, he's really flying under the radar just because he's on a bad White Sox team. But I think this could be the season where Colson Montgomery establishes himself as like one of those next generation stars. So give me the over for Montgomery. Ellie De La Cruz over 23.5. 22 last year, 25 the year before. The strikeout rate has been ticking down for Ellie. I think this could be the year for him. So, or at least this is kind of not necessarily like a boomer do or die season, but like this is kind of the season we're going to figure out if he's going to be like trending more toward MVP or trending more toward just kind of above league average player, but not like an MVP caliber player. Junior Caminero, this is a hot one. Under 35.5 home runs. This is the ultimate fade. His home away splits, everyone talks about them last year, but he actually hit more home runs on the road last season. And he's coming off an insane WBC where I thought he was one of the better players in the whole tournament. But I'm going under 35.5 just because the Trop is a tough place to play for hitters. Munetaka Murakami under 27.5. I'd just rather be on the under than the over. We saw him at the WBC. Didn't look incredible. I still think he's going to be a good White Sox, but I'd just rather be on the under for that one. PCA under 22.5. I just think that one's self-explanatory. Had like 3 home runs in the second half last season. And then Trent Grisham under 26.5. I can't believe this line for Trent Grisham home runs is so high. He hit 34 last season, yes, but his career high for home runs before last season was 17. And I know there's a lot of underlying metrics that suggest he actually could be good again this season for the Yankees, but I'd rather just be on the under 26.5 for Trent Grisham. That number is way too high for my liking. So give me the under for Grisham. And those are some of my favorite home run total picks for you, Luis.
So I only picked 3, and I think these 3 are locks, guaranteed locks. Don't come at me at the end of the year when they aren't locks, but I think these are locks. Pete Alonso, plus 40 home runs, plus 124. I think he has think he does have something to prove this season. I know he is playing in Baltimore, not a very good stadium to hit homers at, but he benefits from going and playing in Yankee Stadium, the Red Sox at Fenway, and playing at these like smaller AL parks where he'll be able to smash the ball in comparison to the NL, which the parks are a little bit bigger. Those West Coast NL parks are a little bit bigger, so he'll benefit from that. Give me also on the same team, Gunnar Henderson plus 30 homers. I think he's also a guy who's a pick to click to me this season, also at plus 124. If you're really feeling spicy about it, you take Gunnar Henderson plus 40 home runs if you're really feeling it.
He was good at the WBC. Should not have been platooned by DeRosa.
I mean, that's whatever, but plus 540 for 40 home runs. There's also a couple ones I like, maybe a Jazz Chisholm plus 30 home runs at plus 150, but I'm staying away from all Jazz Chisholm props because I'm a little bit biased. By them. And then Juan Soto plus 40 home runs. I think he'll give Ohtani, Soto and Skeens will give Ohtani a run for the money for the MVP. Soto at plus 124 to hit over 40 home runs. So
love it.
Those
are all good. I'm excited to see Alonso hit in like just a new set of stadiums and in the American League.
100%. I think he's just gonna murder everything. He's just gonna go hit at Sutter Health. He's gonna have the opportunity to hit at Yankee Stadium. He's gonna hit at Boston. What other parks he's gonna go hit?
Sutter Health, that's a good one. Yeah.
Houston's very friendly. Oof. And if you're not hitting it straight out to center, I mean, and that we saw it firsthand last week. I mean, Miami is such a hard place to hit homers at. If you're not pulling the ball as a lefty hitter, that is a very difficult place to hit home runs at.
Yes, that left center gap is really deep.
It's deep, and even just straight center gap is deep. So
yeah, awards. Go through my awards. I'll run through mine real quick. MVP. I'm going Judge in the American League. We'll do AL first and then NL.
Homer.
I just don't. Some other candidates that I like. Jose Ramirez at plus 1,600 and Vlad at plus 1,300. Roman Anthony has some of the best odds to win MVP, and I think he's going to be great. I just don't think he's going to win MVP. I wouldn't take those. But Jose Ramirez and Vlad Jr. as my other picks. Obviously, Bobby Witt's there too. He can do it. No one has ever won the American League MVP 3 years in a row. I'm saying Judge does it. All he's got to do is stay healthy. Cy Young, boring, but I'm going Scooble. I just don't see anyone else taking his mantle there. And then other pick would be Garrett Crochet. He's the only other guy that I think can do it. AL MVP, I'm going Kazuma Okamoto plus 900. My other picks, Munetaka Murakami, Kevin McGonigal, and Carter Jensen. My favorite there would be Carter Jensen outside of Okamoto. Reliever of the year, I don't think you can bet on it, but I'm picking David Bednar, and other pick would be Andres Munoz. But I just think he looked good in the WBC. The Yankees are going to win a lot of games in the regular season, and he's their closer. So he was good for the Yankees last year. He should be good for them again this year. Manager, I'm going Craig Albernaz from the Orioles, plus 700 rookie season for him as a manager. And my other pick there would be Kevin Cash. If the Rays have some type of sleeper season, Kevin Cash is a really underrated manager, so I'll take him as well as another pick that I like. But those are my AL awards.
I'm going to take Aaron Judge MVP, as you said. I mean, we just watched Judge at the BBC. Whenever he makes contact with the ball, we haven't seen a player like him hit the ball like crazy. So give me Aaron Judge. Eric Skubal for Cy Young, kind of boring. But again, I think it's a Skubal and Crochet race at this point. Everybody else is kind of just playing for third right now, unless it's a miraculous season. There's really not, like, when you really do think about it, I don't really see like a big like third guy in this race. Maybe you see a Hunter Brown, but I'm not like completely sold. Maybe Max Fried. Max
Fried might have had his career year might have been last year. The only other guy would be Garrett Cole, but like he's obviously not going to be healthy for the full season, so he's not going to win Cy Young. He's like the main challenger to these two guys when he has a full season, but he got his Cy Young already.
Yes. So I'm like, I'm not crazy on it. Rookie of the year. Here's one thing. I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad at the service time thing. Cam Schlittler's not eligible for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he pitched way too much last year.
I would have put him as rookie of the year if he had this year, but no, he pitched way too much. But Carter Jensen's my pick. Reliever of the year, Aroldis Chapman. I do feel he's going to get the ball so many times in the ninth for Boston just to close it out, shut the game door. He did it last year.
Yeah.
Just go with old reliable.
Yeah.
And then manager, I'll go with Craig Albernaz from the Orioles, but I think a sleeper pick is Matt Quintero from the Royals. I think the Royals are going to have a really nice year this year in the Central. I do feel like they got something nice cooking there, and I do feel like they could be that team that finishes above Cleveland and kind of shocks us and pushes for a wild card.
Agreed. Cotrero is a damn good manager, young, rising guy. They just extended him this winter. Highly respected in the industry, so I wouldn't be shocked if he won Manager of the Year.
He's a Connecticut guy, right?
Is he? I don't know.
Is he a Northeast guy? Great place.
He is. Yeah, he's from New York. Went to Bethlehem Central High School in Albany County, New York.
Pick up the phone, Yankees. Pick up the phone.
Pick it up. Okay. NL awards. MVP is Ohtani. I'm just not betting against him. It's minus 150, which is just ludicrous. That guy has minus odds heading into a season, but it's the right pick. Other pick would be Soto, plus 1,100 for me. Ohtani would be the first player since Barry Bonds to win 4 straight MVPs. No player has ever won 5 straight. So that is something to watch. He's going for his 4th straight this year. Next year would be a 5 straight. Cy Young will go in Skeens. Other picks would be Yamamoto and Ohtani, plus 3,000. He wants to win a Cy Young. It's one of his goals for his career. Rookie of the year, I'm going Nolan McLean from the Mets.
That's what we like to hear.
We're aligned on that one, I think. I just think he's going to be really good. He's we saw him at the WBC pitch in the championship game, held his own, looked good. Other picks would be Connor Griffin. If he was on the opening day roster, it would be a tough pick, but he's not. So I'm going with McLean. Weatherholt from the Cardinals, and then Sal Stewart I like from the Reds. Reliever of the year, Edwin Diaz. Guy's going to stack up saves for the Dodgers. And then manager of the year, I'm going Pat Murphy again. I'm over on the Brewers, 84.5. And he would become the first manager to ever win this award 3 straight times. Pat Murphy, always doing more with less. Good clubhouse guy, of course, as well. So those are my National League picks.
National League picks are pretty chalky as well. I got Ohtani MVP. It's pretty hard to bet against the guy, like you said. Again, I think Soto will factor into that conversation, and Skeens will make his way into that combo. Cy Young, Paul Skeens, again, chalky. Again, I don't think there's a clear number 2 favorite in this. You could make the argument that Christopher Sanchez could make a run. Ohtani, but again, my thing with Ohtani is that are they going to restrict his pitching? And I feel like load management will be something that we'll be seeing a lot from the Dodgers this season. That's another one. Rookie of the year, Nolan McLean, man. I mean, I think I am the biggest Nolan McLean stan right now, like for the past month. And watching him in the WBC just confirmed it for me. I am a Nolan McLean enthusiast. I will try to get him in fantasy baseball. If somebody picks him up, I will have big issues with you. Again, I think he's going to be damn good. The returns at the end of the year last year were great in the 8 starts that he did have, and I feel like the sky is the limit for the kid. I do feel he's just scratching the surface of how good he can be. Reliever of the year, Mason Miller. He's going to stack up those saves for the Padres. I feel like the Padres are going to be in a lot of winnable games, and they're going to close the door with him. We saw a lot of good things happen in San Diego with the reliever department in the past couple of years when they had Robert Suarez and company. They were given the opportunities to him. So Mason Miller. And then finally, manager of the year, I think Carlos Mendoza is going to be the manager of the year for the NL. I do feel that the Mets are due for a really big season. I feel like it's going to be a complete 360 of what last year was. And so I do feel like they're going to be in competition for being one of the NL's best. My sleeper dark horse pick, Craig Stammen from the Padres. I do feel like the Padres are going to be a good team. I think they'll be all right. And I do think he'll kind of surprise people on how he can hold the boat with the talent that's there. Again, the Padres are one of those teams that you look on paper and they have names and somehow they find a way to get it done. And I feel like there's been a good, and this might be a little bit, using some type of bias, but there's always been like a pipeline of recent ex-player becomes manager, which in turn turns into the manager of the year. And I think he could be that one next into the pipeline.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like it. Let's go to division finishes, standings, whatever you want to call it. I'll start. American League East. Got the Yankees winning. Blue Jays in second. Red Sox in third. Orioles in fourth. And Rays in fifth. What do you have for the East?
I got Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles, Red Sox, and Rays. So I just flipped Orioles and Red Sox. I'm expecting a really big year from Baltimore this season.
Okay. Central, Tigers first, Royals, Guardians, White Sox, and Twins for me.
Matchup
in that order.
Exactly. I got you on that one.
Okay. In the West, I have Mariners, Rangers, Astros, A's, and Angels.
So here is where we have a little bit of a conflicting. I got Seattle 1. I got Houston 2. I got the A's 3rd, Texas 4th, and the Angels.
We agree on the Angels.
I think the A's are going to be really good. I know I don't want to fall into the like the trendy pick, but I do feel like they'll be really good. So
they should be an exciting team this year. In the National League, in the East, I'm going Mets, I'm going Phillies, Braves, Marlins, and Nationals.
Flip-flop Braves and Phillies. I got Mets, Braves, Phillies, Marlins, and Nationals.
That's probably the right pick. Central, I got the Cubs winning, Brewers in second, Pirates, Reds, and Cards.
Cubs, Brewers, Pirates, Reds, Cards. Agreed.
And then in the West, Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, Giants, and Rockies.
Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks, Rockies.
Okay, so you're higher on the Giants than I am.
I think the Tony Vitello experience gets you 81 and 81.
It does. And then, so in terms of seeding in the American League, I have Yankees first, Mariners second, Tigers third, Blue Jays fourth, Red Sox fifth, and Orioles sixth. Yes, I have 4 playoff teams from the American League East. That has never happened since the expanded playoffs and started in 2022. I'm saying it happens this year. This division is just too good.
And I agree. The only thing is the seeding. I have Detroit 1, Seattle 2, Yankees 3, Blue Jays 4, Orioles 5, Red Sox 6.
Interesting. In the National League, I have Dodgers 1, Mets 2, Cubs 3, 4 Phillies, 5 Padres, and 6 sneaking in again, as they always do. They didn't sneak in last year, but the Brewers I have at 6. So the Braves missed the playoffs for me again.
Dodgers 1, Mets 2, Cubs 3, Braves 4, Phillies 5, Padres 6.
All right. And then my DS in the American League, Yankees over Blue Jays, Tigers over Mariners. And in the National League, Dodgers over Phillies, Mets over Cubs. In the CS, I have Yankees over Tigers, Dodgers over Mets. So Yankees, Dodgers rematch. And I'm not picking against the Dodgers. Dodgers three-peat. Dodgers over Yankees in 6 games in the World Series in 2026.
So I got Detroit taking care of the Blue Jays in the DS. The Yankees will take care of the Mariners as well. You have Detroit, New York, ALCS in October. The Tigers will win out.
Wow.
And then in the NL, I do have the Dodgers taking care of the Braves, as the Braves will get through the Phillies in the first round. And then the Cubs will take care of the Padres. And you see Mets over the Cubs, Dodgers over the Braves, Dodgers over Mets, and then it's Dodgers over the Tigers.
Dodgers over Tigers in World Series. In the World Series.
They might have just, well, I feel like the listeners are going to be like, I just stand some places so hard. Like right now I'm seeing the Mets, Detroit, like it's crazy.
You got to pick your teams. I like the Tigers. I like the Mets. I will say, we always get these wrong. Last year I picked the freaking Diamondbacks to win the World Series. Everyone's picking the Dodgers to win the World Series this year. So maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that we're both picking the Dodgers. Maybe that's a curse. I don't know.
Let's ride.
That's right. I mean,
let's ride.
The hat is clean. That logo is clean.
Let's ride. Detroit D. Let's pause. Let's ride. I'm saying
Uh,
that's my
any
pick. I mean, man, I'm telling you right now, man, it is great to be back. It is great to go back to 2 pods a week. The grind is here. My body is ready. Um, we've been throwing. I feel like we're like spring training. Our spring training has been going on for a month and a half. We've been throwing off of a flat mound. Throwing. Across the outfield. Now it's time. Like the warm up's here. We're cool. We're ready to go.
Yeah, I was just looking at our recordings. We recorded the Rockies season preview on February 15th. Here we are on March 22nd, done with everything. And the season is right in front of us. We got a full 162. We're ready to go.
That's funny that you say that because that's literally like when pitchers and catchers started to report.
No, we had our spring training. We
and our
genuinely
spring
did.
training is over, and so
Yep.
it is a culmination of things. I'm gonna go buy a nice sirloin steak, put it on my cast iron, and I'm gonna celebrate. That's gonna be my celebration for the day. Maybe
Yeah.
I crack open a couple cold ones and we keep the train moving.
And for this fantasy draft tonight, we got a big one going. I'm excited.
But by the time the listeners, we might have to add a recap of how the listeners in like fantasy baseball.
Maybe. Yeah. That'd be funny.
So,
All right. We both picked the Dodgers to win. We gave you some props. Hope you guys enjoyed. Today is Monday, so we will be back later this week for you can't do an opening day recap, right? You got something going on this week.
work permitting, I'm working like an animal this week. So
Okay, so we'll see. We're TBD, but if not, we'll be back on Sunday for sure, recapping opening weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed all of our previews. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.